there a doctor in here? My back's gone.
Your back is okay.
I'm about to carry this heavyweight division to the top.
Hey Ringsiders, what is going on? This is your host, Boxing's Objective Observer, and welcome back to Ringside Stories. Or if you're new, we make content regarding boxing through mini documentaries, backstories, and much more. So if you enjoy that type of content, feel free to subscribe, thumbs up, and hit that notification bell for the latest here on Ringside Stories. Thanks so much for your support in advance. So Anthony Joshua returns to the ring with a 7th round KO victory over last-minute replacement Robert Helenius. And in this post-fight analysis, we're going to talk about 5 takeaways from Joshua versus Helenius. Let's get into it. Number 1. Spark out. Yes, it took AJ 7 rounds, and leading up to that final shot from the outside, he seemed either hesitant or methodical, taking his time. As the old saying in boxing goes, you don't go looking for the knockout, you let the knockout come to you. But when he finally released his detonating straight, Helenius got sparked out, leading in the post-fight interview to a quick appearance of another notorious former world champion.
Fair play and big respect to Helenius coming in, taking on a short nose, giving us all a show, put on a good fight. It was a tough chess match for AJ to figure out. But greatness down, he caught a lovely shot. I'm happy for him, happy for the UK, happy for Forge Aristell, and onwards we go.
Now in proper context, we are talking about Robert Helenius, who is 39 years of age, who has been knocked out many times before, his most recent one being the most brutal inside just 1 round, not even a year ago. Doesn't have fast hands and is not athletic. Yet AJ seemingly bided his time, and going off the crowd's reaction and the commentary perhaps a bit too much, as the Nordic Nightmare was out for the taking on many occasions. Credit to Robert Helenius, who showed bravery by taking the fight on less than a week's notice. Number 2. Saving the show. Robert Helenius saved the show. The Finnish heavyweight took the Joshua fight on 5 days' notice as a last-minute replacement for Dillian Whyte, who, according to reports, failed a drug test, stopping the Joshua-Whyte rematch from happening. Helenius just came off a fight last week, bouncing back from the loss prior against Deontay Wilder in October 2022, defeating unknown countryman Mika Milonen via 3rd-round TKO. Helenius was about to go on a holiday with his family when he got the Joshua fight presented. In many ways, the Nordic Nightmare was the perfect opponent for AJ, not in the least as a measuring stick against AJ's potential next opponent, who upped the ante by a spectacular first-round knockout, effectively stopping Helenius' 3-fight winning streak.
And there's a huge right hit. Down goes Helenius. Bomb Squad is back.
Because of Helenius' dimensions, because of his diminished punch resistance, going the rounds against this taller opponent, being able to record a knockout win for the first time in almost 3 years, surely must have helped Anthony Joshua restore at least some of his confidence. I'd like to give a shout out to today's sponsor, LiveGood. LiveGood is a company which promotes 100% organic supplements. These have great benefits for better stamina and great health overall. Not only that, they are promoted at an extremely affordable price. Now, I personally love these supplements because of the fact that LiveGood allows you to make money at the comforts of your own home. Click the link in the description box below and take the free tour for more information. Number 3. Working out the chinks. This was Anthony Joshua's 2nd fight under the tutelage of Trainer of the Year Derek James, a setup that seems to have shown some improvements, more on those later. Yet Joshua shows some growing pains as AJ is clearly transitioning into this new style under his new trainer. Against Robert Helenius, Anthony Joshua started cautious, and truth be told, AJ did look a bit flat-footed at times, even exuding a bit of nervous energy. In between rounds, Derek James told AJ to step into his punches and commit to his shots. Helenius looked ready for the taken on multiple occasions, yet instead of going in for the kill, Joshua for most part seemed satisfied with jabbing from range punch, somewhat operating in half spaces. In a way, this fight was reminiscent to Joshua's 2020 fight against Kubrapulev, where Anthony Joshua showed signs of a timid and even scared fighter, visibly worried at what shots could potentially come back, even though the then unified world champion had all the advantages over Pulev, yet was reluctant to pull the trigger against an aging fighter past his prime, not known for his knockout power, who already had been dominated and stopped years prior. Against Helenius, Joshua ended the fight with a bloody nose and a swelling under his right eye. So even Robert Helenius, who on 5 days' notice, with pretty much everything working against him, was able to hit Anthony Joshua more than necessary, meaning AJ has to perform better if he's going up against a fighter who brings much more to the table than the Nordic Nightmare. Number 4. Derrick James's improvements. There are some good fruits that have sprung forth from Anthony Joshua's pairing with trainer Derrick James.
He did exactly what I said to do. The guy is going to use his hands out. So he threw a jab, hit him in the hand, he hit him in the chest, and threw the right hand over the top. So it was like, he did exactly what I asked him to do. So I mean, it's amazing.
And the former two-time unified heavyweight champion of the world showed some improvements against Robert Helenius. AJ's movement looked good overall. His jab was effective, even snapping back Helenius' head on multiple occasions. And Joshua was boxing well for most part of the fight, even though there are many AJ critics and haters who have enough to complain about regarding this fight against Robert Helenius. Overall, would rate this performance better and certainly more satisfying than his first outing with Derrick James, his fight in April of 2023 against Jermaine Franklin, who proved an awkward customer and, given his dimensions and fighting style, just not the type of fighter in preparation for Deontay Wilder. And so Robert Helenius proved not just a fantastic opponent to bounce back against in an attempt to move on from the back-to-back defeats to Alexander Usyk and even the Andy Ruiz fight, which we all know signified Anthony Joshua's first professional loss. That said, Anthony Joshua has had 2 fights in 2023 so far, and in boxing, activity does matter, especially when it comes to the feel of the fight, when it comes to timing, and when it comes to dealing with pressure surrounding a fight. A fighter can train all he wants, but nothing gets a fighter prepared and sharper than an actual fight. In boxing, you're as good as your last fight.
And I hope I can see you again, hopefully 2 more times this year, because I do need to stay busy. I need to keep on building, keep on building, keep on building. I've been off for too long.
And if Anthony Joshua keeps his promise to fight at least 1 more time in 2023, he can pull from recent activity, knowing he still has one-punch knockout power. Number 5, Deontay Wilder next.
Anthony Joshua, you know I'm coming for you. Ain't no need of talking about next year, then the next year after that, or 2020. 2018 is what you should be worrying about. You said if the people want it, then you want it. Well, the people want it. Do you?
What I'd have to do to beat Wilder? Get him in the ring and I'll knock him spark out. Thank you very much.
Eddie, he's just said 3 rounds, Deontay and AJ.
Oh yeah, my prediction is the same. For the last 2 years.
Last longer than that.
Same prediction. You know, it's not personal. Same prediction, baby. 3 rounds.
Unlike Anthony Joshua, the Bronze Bomber hasn't been very active in the last couple of years inside the squared circle under the bright lights. Deontay Wilder showed signs of returning back to old form, knocking out Robert Helenius in the fall of 2022, which was his first fight after his loss in the 3rd installment of the Fury Wilder trilogy. Should Wilder be AJ's next opponent, he would step into the ring with only 1 round under his belt in a span of 2 years. Joshua versus Wilder has been as anticipated as Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr., that matchup which took 5 years to come to fruition, yet it did finally happen. Even without any world title on the line, the fight between the 2 former undefeated world champions Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder would be a fight with crossover mainstream appeal, and many observers predict that that fight does not go the distance. Now everybody knows what Wilder brings to the table.
Throw with him and Wilder hit Brazil so hard, they are feeling it in Brazil. Mamma mia, what a KO!
And although the Bronze Bomber packs that punch which can switch off the lights, although the Bronze Bomber's delivery system has been optimized over the years, he is predictable. Anthony Joshua has more tools, more ways to defeat Deontay Wilder. The question is, does he have the confidence to throw his power shots with authority. Props to Robert Helenius. He came to give a brave effort, especially on 5 days' notice. And congratulations to the former 2-time unified heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Joshua, who is up to bigger and better things. What did you make of Anthony Joshua's performance against Robert Helenius? And how do you think AJ would fare against Deontay Wilder should they fight next? Leave your comments in the comment section below. If you like this type of content and you haven't already, feel free to subscribe, thumbs up, and hit that notification bell, as it helps the channel out a lot with the algorithm. Thanks so much for your support in advance. Now, if you've done that already, you're amazing. We already know that you are the true undisputed world champion. Till next time, Ringsiders, this is your host, Boxing's Objective Observer, with Ringside Stories. Thanks for watching, and have a legendary day.